What made you want to live in Sunward?
Well, at first it was simply a matter of convenience. I was looking for a place to live, and there's a household here that's a shared household, and they had space there for me. And so I moved in, not really knowing what I was getting myself into.
I'd been working on a couple of permaculture farms and really helping out with designs, but I really looked at the social aspect of permaculture, and I met Claire Mader at an advanced soils workshop up in Marion, Michigan, which was near a 40-acre permaculture design I was working on.
But my grandparents' home was right next to my childhood home. And so all the while I was growing up, there were these, University of Michigan grad students and postdocs and trying to figure out what they were going to do with their life. And so there's this like group of people that were very community oriented that were my next door neighbors. And so there was always, 3 to 5 people living in a house, and they were always really interesting.
Well, everybody knows each other, and it's just really nice. There's no cars, and yeah.
Yeah, good answers. All right, how would you rate Sunward on a scale of 1 to 10?
8.
Okay. How do you think Sunward is doing in terms of eco-friendliness overall?
Not too bad. There's always room for improvement. We do a lot of composting. We have like 4 compost piles. We do have solar panels. We do recycle a lot.
We built on land that was not valuable farmland. It was a gravel pit.
The planning of the use of the land is amazing. The fact that you can have 40 households on 2.8 acres of land is astounding.
Most people put a pretty big investment in the greenest house they could find at the time.
What are some things that you think Sunward does well, environmentally or otherwise?
I said, what type of wiring goes from the common house to the units here at Sunward? And I was hoping to hear at least Cat 5 cabling. They put in Cat 6 cabling 20 years ago. Oh my gosh. Brilliant.
I think that it has been an absolutely fantastic place for my kids to grow up.
We've done a controlled burn on the prairie every other year for 20 years. Mm-hmm. There's quite a bit of soil built when you do a controlled burn.
What are some things that could make Sunward more eco-friendly?
Some kind of carpool, vanpool thing.
There's more that we could do in terms of growing food. What if we were able to begin experimenting with different food crops that supplied more calories, for instance?
All of the houses have the copper tubing going to the roofs built in that could do passive solar hot water. Mm-hmm. So, that's one that I'm sort of surprised it didn't get implemented more.
I think our ethics, when it comes to the environment, should be partnering with nature around creating the conditions conducive to life. Sunward has a bit of a problem at this time, and that is that we have an aging population. I think in some ways the community is at a crossroads, like we really need willing young people to live here.
I want to improve the solar.
How do you think your household compares to others in terms of water and energy consumption?
So we're actually looking at setting up our own small-scale plastic recycling project. Plastic pavers to replace, so if you want to do your patio, or porous plastic pavers. Instead of putting concrete pavers with the water that runs off and doesn't recharge the groundwater, they'll have little holes and they can percolate down.
So I think our household does pretty well. Yeah. We have a high value on organically grown food. We have a high value on not using chemicals in the house. We have a high value on low impact as much as possible.
I'm very economical. I've learned to live with a bag of trash for a year.
What are some things that could make Sunward better?
Well, maybe get a new picnic table. We need a new picnic table. A pool.
A pool, yeah.
A water park.
Is there anything else that you think is important?
I'm fabulous.
You're fabulous. I
And
agree.
Noe is very fabulous too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay.